In this video, I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of the all-new AutoMirror feature inside of Puppet Producer. Now, this is one of the biggest workflow improvements to date, so I hope you enjoy this. Because now, you really only have to worry about creating 4 individual primary angles. Alright, all the other angles can be done either by mirroring them on a 1-to-1 ratio or a combination of mirroring with a few sets of minor tweaks. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick demonstration. I have already selected my primary 4 angles that I want to work with. This is my front view, my 45, my 90, and my top view. Okay, now these are like the most unique angles in the entire collection of angles. So I'm going to start, and I went ahead and already rigged them up so they can be nice and configured for use in CrazyTalk. So I'm going to go ahead and select my front angle first. And I'm going to click on the mirror button, the AutoMirror button. And I'm going to select front to back. Now notice how front to back has a little star on it. This is because the entire rig is going to be mirrored for you and is going to be configured properly, but there are going to be some manual tweaks that you'll need to do in order to properly convert that into a proper back view, a 180 view. So let's go ahead and convert it. Boom. Alright, so as far as we can tell, this is basically our, it looks like our front view, but we're going to break this apart real quick into its elements, ungroup it, and take a look at the properties panel. This is now the mouth pivot 180. This is the mouth 180. This arm is the left arm, whereas this arm is the right arm. This is the left hand. This is the right hand. This is the upper torso 180. This here is the right foot 0. And this here is the left foot 180. So as far as CrazyTalk is concerned, this angle is properly configured to work as your back angle. Now visually it still looks like the front angle. So what you're going to do here, and the cool thing about this is that the placement of the pivot points is exactly where they need to be in order to maintain that model perfect symmetry. So what we're going to do here is we're going to zoom in a little bit, and we're going to select these eyebrows, and I'm not going to delete them, okay? I'm basically just going to select these facial sprites. I'm going to take that front hair also. I'm going to press Control D and just send them to the back. I'm going to take that back hair, Control up. Did I say Control D earlier? It's the Control up arrow and Control down arrow to change the placement. So basically we are rearranging the sprites so that they can better suit our angle. We're going to move this to the back. And these are fine, these are fine. Okay, so now we need to do some manual tweaks. Okay, so I'm going to point those out. So these right here, these have to be manually recreated so that you can have the proper angles for those things. So for example, these ears here, I can take this ear and I'm going to duplicate it, right? And I'm going to break it apart, the duplicate. All I'm going to do is modify this section here. Let's see here. Let's take this, paint it. So now I have something that looks like a back ear. Alright, easy enough. So I'm going to take this ear, press press F8 function key on my keyboard, and because symbols are listed alphabetically inside of your library panels, one trick that I do is I put an underscore here, and I'm going to call it ear. This way it'll be easier to find, okay, in the library panel. So I'm going to, because the underscore gets automatically put at the top of the list in alphabetical order. So let's click OK. And after we've created it, we don't really need it anymore. We can delete it if we want, but we're going to select this symbol here and right click on it and select swap symbol. I'm going to go all the way to the top of the list, Notice how because I put an underscore there, it got put at the top of the list. I'm going to press OK, and boom. I automatically switched that sprite with the new one that I created, and it maintains the placement exactly where it needs to be. The name stays the same, so everything's nice and dandy. So let's go ahead and do the same thing for this one. Right click, swap symbol, go all the way to the top of the list, click on the ear, and boom. Now, because this is a flip symbol, I get this kind of thing going on. So that's an easy fix. We just go to Modify, Transform, Flip Horizontal, and we're back in good shape. Alright, so we basically do the same exact technique for anything that needs to be replaced. Here is this torso. Control D to duplicate, move it to the side a little bit, break it apart. You can modify this any way you like. And I'm just going to paint something on this this kid's back so that we know it's his back. Okay, and I'm drawing with the mouse here, so don't have the most accuracy. So this is going to be the kid's back. All right. So now we're basically going to select this torso, F8 to convert to a movie clip symbol, underscore torso. We put the underscore at the front, that way it'll be easy to find. Click OK. We don't really need this anymore because it automatically goes into the library, but we select that upper torso. And let me move this down here so you can see what I'm doing. Right click on it, select swap symbol, go all the way to the top, and there it is, the torso, and just replace it. Boom. So you continue doing this until you replace all the body parts that need to be replaced for that particular angle. So let's go ahead and move on to the next couple of angles here. The next one here is the 45 angle. I'm going to select the entire set of body sprites as well as the pivot points. Make sure you have everything selected. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this will not work if any of your body parts are grouped. Those they have to be at their root level as far as the symbols are concerned. If they are groups, then basically Puppet Producer will not be able to see the instance name and will not do the conversion properly for you. So keep that in mind. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that, and let's look for our Puppet Producer panel and go into AutoMirror, 45 to 115 to 315, I'm sorry. Boom. Okay, so that's done. Let's do the 90-degree angle. And that is done. And let's do the top to bottom. And that is done. Okay, so the top to bottom, obviously you're going to have to go in there and do the same type of tweaks that you did to this angle here, so that you can differentiate which is the top and which is the bottom. Now this is the bottom, but you will need to maybe go in here, Control B to break apart. Just take this here, modify, transform, flip vertical. Alright, that should be easy enough, but I mean, it's not really necessary. Go and paint the things that need to be painted so that they can match the new angle. Change the hands to reflect the new hands that will be needed for this new angle. Repaint the feet so you can see the bottom of the feet instead of the top. Very minor tweaks, and you do them exactly the same way I showed you earlier, where you just create a new sprite, duplicate it, and just swap it. Alright, so we are missing one more angle, and that angle is the 315. Okay, is that right? No, the 135. We're missing the 135 angle, and you can go ahead and manually create it and then flip it over, But one of the things that I like to do, because this particular angle is an exact duplicate almost of the 45-degree angle. So we're going to take the 45-degree angle, select the entire thing, go to AutoMirror, and go down here, 45 to 135. Duplicate it. Boom. Alright, and the reason that Puppet Producer groups everything that it creates is because there's a lot of symbols to be manipulated and modified and stuff, or manipulated basically. And it's easier for you to just grab a group and just move it around. So we're going to take this, put it in its place right there. Alright, that's good. We break it apart and we start modifying this angle again. So we take these, send them to the back, and I should have another ear here, but this character didn't have one, so I'm going to have to recreate that ear on this side. So we're going to take this one, move it to the back. We're going to take the back hair, bring it to the front. Okay, and you will need to perform your tweaks as needed. You can leave the hands the way they are. Notice that this is the left arm, so you can take this and just control down all the way to the back, and take this one and control up. Very easy. So let's leave the pivot points on top so we can see where the joints are. There we go. So now here is my right arm. Okay, and my feet are okay. Let's move these to the back. Let's move these to the front a bit. Alright, that's good enough. And let's see, what else can we do? Well, that's good enough. With the joint mask, that can be easily fixed later inside of CTA. So you manipulate your sprites that can't be automatically mirrored manually, the same way I showed you how to do that earlier over here. So once you have done that, you can go back to the AutoMirror function and you know, take the 135, convert it into a 225, and boom. So the entire procedure is very easy. This video so far has only been about 13 minutes long. It only took me about a minute or so to make the modifications to these particular symbols here that I tweaked around. Not that bad. So hopefully this you guys can see how much of a productivity increase this is going to do for you guys. And I do have, let's see here, let me go ahead and delete. Delete these, so that when you are done, you basically end up with something that looks like this. And I'm going to go ahead and recreate this. 45. Let's see here, 90. Oh, this is locked. And there we go. Once you have done all the steps necessary to convert your characters, you know, the manual tweaks to the parts that can't be automatically mirrored, you're going to end up with something that basically looks like this, and you'll have a complete character template ready to go into CrazyTalk. The cool thing about this is that if you do have to go back and make tweaks and adjustments to any of these angles, you know, it's no big deal. You know, you just delete the angles that were duplicated. You make whatever adjustment you need to make to this angle and mirror it. So Very quick, very easy, and I hope you guys enjoy working with this new feature. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, just send them my way. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to do so you can keep up with all my new videos. And that's it. Thanks for watching.